Green community energy. About 80% of the energy generated today comes from fossil fuels. It takes millions of years to form. But however, there are other ways to fulfill the world's energy demand. Renewable energy resources. An alternative to fossil fuel are renewable sources of energy. They are a greener method of generating and conserving energy. For example, wind, solar, hydropower, bioenergy, ocean, geothermal, and hydrogen. Just like most things, it has advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are it's self-renewing and it's also a very clean source of energy. As for the disadvantages, it provides inconsistent energy output and rely on the presence of geological features.
Green community building, transportation, and waste management. Green community building. Smaller buildings need less energy to heat and cool and can be made with more eco-friendly materials like straw, bamboo, compressed air. Smaller, more efficient building design result in smaller neighborhoods. Help make smaller towns and require fewer resources. Having smaller buildings encourages less consumption. Green transportation is the kind of transportation system which does not affect the environment negatively. The field of green transportation has expanded a lot in the past few years owing the rising petrol and gas prices across the world. Waste management can be defined as the activity that are required to manage waste from the point of collecting the waste to recycling and burning.
What is sustainable land use management? Sustainable land use management is the use of land to meet changing human needs, agriculture, forestry, conservation, while ensuring long-term socio-economic and ecological function of the land. There are 7 types of land use: residential, commercial, industrial, institutional, agriculture, transportation, parks, and green space. What can we do to protect our land use? We need to consider how land is used, owned, and governed. For agricultural land use, the farmer needs to precisely choose application of crop nutrients, making sure crops are watered at the best of time. The farmer also can replenishing soil nutrient use by the plant during growth. For urban managing practice, expanding cities outwards rather than outwards allow for more homes on land. Retaining wetland within communities helps filter nutrients and runoff.
Green communities recognize that water is a precious resource and we have to share. Only 3% of its water is fresh water. The first one is using water efficient products like dual flush and high efficiency toilets. Second, they also plant water-friendly landscaping that use water-efficient plants instead of traditional long grasses.
over quantity. Social media are interactive technology that facilitate the creation and sharing of information, ideas, interests, and other forms of expression through virtual communities and networks. Utilized as a tool to promote awareness regarding green technology awareness and programs issues in a much faster way and to a large mass within a very short span of time.
Campaign. Definition. An organized course of action to achieve a goal. A goal. To spread awareness about the existence and benefits of green technology and of going green.
Even people without internet access can attend the campaign. The general public can learn about going green and apply it in their daily life. And last but not least, it lets people know about how easy it is to practice environmentally friendly behaviors.
Add green technology as additional school subject. But how? Implement the subject into 2 levels of schooling. First is primary schools. Only basic exposure on green technology. Second is secondary schools. In-depth exposure to green technology and carry out final assessment through green technology project.
The main strength of paper waste. Number 1. Household waste paper. A mix of paper waste containing old newspapers, printer paper, magazines, junk mail, and paper bag packaging. Number 2. Cardboard waste. Brown corrugated cardboard waste from pastel boxes or from cardboard packaging. 3. Confidential waste paper. Printed documents with sensitive information on it, such as personal data. Most of these documents end up in paper shredder. This shredder waste paper is an important resource for the tissues industry.
Switch off electricity to avoid waste. Ideally, yes, you should turn off certain appliances at the socket when not in use. If the wall socket does have an on-off switch, it will need to be unplugged instead. Electricity still runs inside an appliance even if it's switched off.
Minimize your laundry quickly. Laundry is one of life's unavoidable chores and it's a chore that most people do weekly, if not daily. This means that water and radio energy use, coupled with the amount of water used for laundry, can have a direct impact on your energy bill. Example, wash clothes in cool water. Using warm water instead of hot can cut a lot energy used in half, and using cool water will save even more. Cool water diffusion can be helpful to ensure items get clean, and high-effective detergent, indicated by the P symbol, should be used when required by the manufacturer. Example 2. Wash full load. Your washer will use about the same
amount of energy no matter the size of the load, so fill in out.
Reduce waste by practicing greener habits within the kitchen. Example of greener habits in the kitchen. Plan weekly meals to avoid buying more than what we need. Checking refrigerator and pantry before shopping. Avoid processed foods and wasteful packaging. Eat less meat because meat will produce more waste than plants. Use cloth napkins. Buy used kitchen supplies and only run the dishwasher when it's full.
Make use of natural lights as much as possible. You can do this by painting your eaves white, using brighter, lighter interior wall and ceiling paint, using higher gloss paint for walls, use glass or highly reflective tiles, installing skylights, and also adding reflective room decorations.